Hi there everybody, it's Manisha here and welcome to my channel. So today I have for you a mani and I've named it African Sunset. It was a mani I did as part of an Instagram collab, and I'll have all the details for you of all the products and any discount codes and links I have for you down in the description box below as usual. And these are the two gorgeous plates I'll be using. One of them is a layering plate and that's from Clear Jelly Stamper, and I have got a 10% off discount code for you. So I'll be making decals for some of my nails, and I'll be using this just clear top coat I have. It's a non-fast drying one, and this stamper from Creative Shop. So it's actually a really nice one that picks everything up nice and clearly, as the plate I'm using does have lots of fine lines and things like that on it. And as you can see there, it does a great pickup. On the dark blue you can see the white polish really clearly. So I go ahead and stamp that. I always make extra decals just in case. You never know when something's going to go wrong and you don't want to have to start all over again and wait for the polish to dry. This is the fine detail brush I'll be using. It's just one that I've picked up from eBay. And it really makes your life a lot easier when you're making decals and you're painting really fine lines, as you can get into all the tricky corners and that. So these are the gorgeous polishes I'm using. I've sort of tried to get a grouping of polishes that I felt really worked well together. So there's a couple of tealy, turquoisey colours, one's a lot darker than the other one, and a couple of sort of peachy, corally type colours as well. I thought they'd just work really well together and I liked the overall effect. It's been one of my favourite manis that I've done in a while. So I basically just fill in these little patterns here. They're sort of reminiscent of African prints. It's a plate that's part of the MoYou London Africa collection, and I bought it ages ago and I've been really slack and actually not been using it. So when somebody suggested doing a African themed collab, I was like, right, I need to pull out those plates and start using them. So I'm going to be doing a gradient on some of the nails. So I basically protect them with latex. If you've got an allergy to latex, definitely use something that's latex free. And because I'm making a gradient, you need to use a sponge. Now I always tend to pre-dampen the sponge. I just find it gives a nice clearer, smoother gradient. And you're probably wondering why I'm going sort of down the sponge in that direction as opposed to the other direction. Well, my nails aren't actually that long, so I try to use the length of sponge that's sort of about the right length for my nails, so I basically get all the colours on there and I'm not wasting anything. You know, if you use like a really long piece of sponge, you're going to miss one or two of the colours. They're not always going to appear on your nails. So I think for this gradient I ended up going over the nails, I think it was about 3 times to get it opaque. It really does depend on the polishes that you've used, and using a white base underneath definitely does help with it. So I'm going to be using a Clear Jelly Stamper brush today for some cleanup. This was very kindly sent to me by Debbie from Clear Jelly Stamper a while back for review, and I do enjoy using it too. It's nice and soft and it does get into all the tricky corners too. Always be careful when you're cleaning up around your cuticles. You don't want to take away all that hard work you've done putting your gradient on, because don't forget you have got a white base underneath and you don't want that peeking through too much. So basically I'm going to move on to the stamping. I didn't want to use a top coat on those nails to start. I just wanted a little bit of tackiness, because that can quite often help with when you're using stamping on top of a gradient, as opposed to using a top coat to help it dry first. I usually use a top coat if I've used lots and lots of layers, or if the polish is taking a while to dry, but these polishes were drying pretty quickly. These layering plates from Clear Jelly Stamper are really cool. You know, you can make quite realistic looking images from them. I've just used black for the trees and the birds. I just wanted sort of more of a silhouette type look, but I still wanted a little bit of green on the tops of the trees just to add a little bit more colour. And then I have this person that's standing there looking into the sunset just there. So I wanted to keep it really nice and simple, but still, I mean, there was a lot happening there because of the gradient in the background too. So I was really pleased with you know, how the scenery part of it turned out. I thought this time I won't use animals. Quite often people doing manis to do with Africa always use the African animals, but I thought I'd just do one on their landscape instead. So now you can see me applying a fast drying top coat. My go-to one is Seche Vite. So I just wanted to get that on there just to protect the stamping, let that dry before moving on to the next bit, which so by now the decals have obviously dried. And just very carefully take them off your decal mat. You don't want to damage all the hard work you've done. Centre it onto the nail and pat it down. So I usually just do that with a finger or something like that and just sort of carefully pat it down. I've cleaned off camera because it does take a while to do. And there you can see me going in and putting a coat of Seche Vite, and then I mattified the whole mani in the end. So now I've got a lot more pictures coming up for you. I hope you don't mind, it's a bit of a picture overload, but I really do like how it turned out, and I thought I'd show it to you from different angles. And I think the matte top coat really brought it together. It sort of gave it a really nice look. So if you do like what you've seen, definitely leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you can see any future videos, leave any comments or questions down in the comment section below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye for now.